Hi everyone. So this is your Reteach video to help you prepare for your Unit 4 retest. So if you know how to do these 5 questions and do them well, then you will be fine on the retest. Okay? So looking at the first question, it's a word problem. Let's see what we know. The school band collected this much money for this many tickets. So keep in mind both of those we would consider totals. Okay? We have a total number of money made and a total number of tickets sold. Okay, so to me that's two separate equations. One will have to do with the money and the other will have to do with the tickets. Adult tickets are $8 and student tickets are $5. And the real important part is the last sentence. A lot of us are not reading that. How many adult tickets were sold? Okay, so keeping that in mind while we're doing this. So our variables we would use, A is the number of adult tickets, and C would be the number of child tickets. Now, how do I know that? Why isn't it the cost of each? Because we already know the cost of each. Adult tickets are 8 and student tickets are 5. The last question tells you what you're looking for, so that tells you what your variables are. Remember, A and C are unknowns to us. They are things we don't know. So what are the things that we don't know? We don't know how many tickets. We know the total is 480, but how many of those were adult tickets and how many were child tickets? We're going to find that out. So like I said, those two numbers at the top are totals. So what I like to do is I write a plus sign and I leave spaces on either side, and then an equal sign, and then put my total on the right. So I'm going to start with the money, $2,892. And then my other equation, same thing, and the other total is $480. Okay. And the top one, since it does deal with money, all of the money, notice I circled them, all go in the same equation. So $8 per adult ticket, so I have to put the A with the 8. And children's tickets were $5, so 5 times the number of child tickets. So $8 per adult plus $5 per child for a total of $2,892. Money, money, money. All the money is in one equation. Now the second one is only about the number of tickets. So the number of adult tickets, I don't have to add any value in front of it. It's just the number of adult tickets sold. And the number of child tickets sold together was 480. Now I'm going to show you the calculator and how to do this on there. Remember, our calculator lets us solve systems of equations, any systems of equations. It does not have to be a word problem. We would go to calculate. I'm going to hit enter. I'm already on calculate. And we're going to hit the menu button, our favorite button. We are in algebra class, so number 3. And then number 2, solving a system of equations. Now, I know that I have 2 equations, but I did not use x and y. So I'm going to go down to here, and instead of x comma y, I'm going to put a comma c, and then hit enter. Notice the a and c that are right there, knowing that you use the right variables. And in the first box, I'm going to type our first equation, 8a plus 5c equals $2,892. Arrow down and type in the second equation. Adult tickets plus child tickets equal a total of 480 tickets. Hit enter. And so you can see you have 2 numbers there. And if you're uncertain which one is adult tickets and which one is child tickets, look right here where it says A comma C. A is first, so that means adult tickets is first. Therefore, there are 164 adult tickets and 316 child tickets. Now for us, we were specifically asked in the question how many adult tickets. Okay, so there are 164 adult tickets. Okay, so we're going to write that on here. Our final answer is 164 adult tickets. So I don't want the entire point or the entire answer. I only want the adult tickets. All right, let's look at number 2. Now this one is asking you to solve, and a lot of you, I think, on the test, these are exact questions from your test that you took. A lot of you didn't read the problem correctly. It says, what is the value of x? It did not ask you for the entire solution. As you know, points are written x comma y. It only wanted the x value of the solution, so it only really wanted this number. Okay, some of y'all may have put the entire point or accidentally put the y because you didn't know which one was which. I'm going to show you how to solve it by hand and then also in the calculator. So this is a substitution problem. Because we have a variable by itself, y is alone in the second equation, y is equal to all of this. So that means anywhere there's a y, like up here, I can replace it with negative 5x plus 32. But don't forget to finish the equation. We're really writing the entire equation exactly as you see it, 3x minus 5y, but instead of y, we put negative 5x plus 32. And then don't forget the equals 22 on the end. Now we are really just solving for x. The 3x will remain the same. Negative 5 times negative 5x is positive 25x. Because remember, negative times a negative. Negative 5 times positive 32 is negative 160 equals 22. Now combine your x's because they're on the same side. 3x plus 25x is 28x. To get x alone, we need to get rid of the minus 60, so we're adding 160 to both sides. So we have 182, and then we divide both sides by 28. Hi. And there we cross this out and we get that x is 6.5. And normally on these equations, guys, what we would do is we would then plug x back into one of the equations to solve for y. But since it only asks us to find x, remember, then we can stop there. Our answer is 6.5. And it's okay to also put the fraction. A lot of you have put 13 halves, which is the same thing as 6.5. All right, let's look at another one. And remember, guys, you could have solved in that second problem. You could have also put that into the calculator, menu 3-2. Okay? I'll even write that on there, the calculator directions, menu 3-2. So right now, maybe you want to pause the video and practice doing this in the calculator. Okay? All right, so now we have a system of equations here. And there are several ways you could go about this. You could graph the answer choices, because if you look, in your problem you had answer choices for this problem, and you could just type the equations into the calculator and see what matches this. But to me, it's a little bit easier. We're going to call this line 1 and this line 2 to just find your slope and to find your y-intercept. A lot of us are forgetting this. M is your slope, and B is your y-intercept. So looking at line 1, we can see our y-intercept is right here at 4. Okay, so I already know my plus B is 4. I'm going to go ahead and put my y equals. I'll even go and put my x, but what goes in front of the x is your m, your slope. So slope is rise over run. So I have 2 points already plotted on there for me. I'm rising 2, running 2. So 2 divided by 2 equals 1. So y equals 1x plus 4. Remember, you might also see it written as y equals x plus 4, because 1x and x are just the same thing. So that's one of our equations. Let's get the other one, equation 2. So for equation 2, we're going to do the same thing. Okay, we're going to find the y-intercept, which is down here at negative 4. So y equals negative 4 is my y-intercept. Now I just have to find out what goes in front of x, which is my slope. But once again, they gave us 2 points. Notice I'm going down, So it's going to be negative. I'm going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units, and I'm going over 1, 2, 3 units. So down 6 over 3, and when we divide them, the rise over the run, negative 6 divided by 3 is 2. So that is my slope. And there is the equation of the second one. So there is our system of equations. So all you need to know is two things, the slope and the y-intercept. All right, let's look at the next one. In this problem, we need two equations, one for the table and one for the graph. We're going to look at the graph first because we literally just did graphs in the last problem. So you can see the y-intercept is right here at positive 1. Let's make it, there we go. So y equals mx plus b. So my b is a positive 1 because that's the y-intercept. And I have 2 points to find my slope. I can either use the 2 points they gave me, or I could use the y-intercept I just found and one of the other points. I'm going to do that because they're closer together. So let's see. First of all, I'm going down, so I know my slope is going to be negative. Let's see how much I'm going down. I'm decreasing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. And I'm going over 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So negative 5/4. And don't forget your x after your slope. Okay. Now let's look at the table. The best thing you can do for the table is to use the calculator. Let's remember how to do that. To put a table in the calculator, you use lists and spreadsheets. So we're going to put x here. And we're going to put y here. And then go down to row 1 and type in your x's and type in your y's. If you need a moment to type in your data, pause this video and then type it in. So once you've got your data in, our favorite button, the menu button, number 4 for statistics, number 1 for stat calculations, and then number 3 for linear regression. Where it says X list, we type X, arrow down. Where it says Y list, we type Y, and then we hit enter twice. So you can see we have our M is negative 0.75 and our B is negative 5. So we are going to go back up. Let's write our new equation down. Y equals negative 0.75x was our slope, and our y-intercept, our B, was negative 5. So using the table and list and spreadsheets is a great helpful tool. Last problem, we are asked to graph this. So once again, identifying your y-intercept, what I like to do is circle where I'm starting. I always start with the y-intercept. So I am starting with negative 4. And then I'm using my slope, 2/3, and it's positive. So that means I'm going up. I'm going up 2 over 3 to get a new point. Notice I'm going to the right. I always go right. Right is always right. Up 2 over 3. Boom. Remember that your line does go on in both directions, okay? Now the second line, same thing. Okay, I always circle where I'm starting. So I'm starting with my y-intercept. 4. Go to the y-axis. This is the y-axis. And then I'm putting a point at 4. Now my slope here is negative 2. Remember, if it's a whole number, you put 1 underneath it. It is negative, so I'm going down and to the right this time instead of up and to the right. I'm going down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Wonderful. And now we can see that this is our solution right here, this point, which is located at 3 is the x and negative 2 is the y. So I'm going to write that right here. Negative 3, 2 is the solution. Okay, guys, if you need to rewatch any of this before doing your retest, make sure to do that. Okay, when you're ready for the retest, let us know. You will not be allowed to use this on your retest. Okay, if you have any questions, raise your hand and ask your teacher. Okay, have a great day.